Right, I noticed when I took this engine mount, the motor mount out of the car, that between this flat here and this flat here, it was just slightly jammed. Like when I gave it a tug, I have to give a bit of oomph. Now I could just do a bit of grinding on one of those, but at this point, I would rather have this be just a little bit too tight than to grind off those and have a little bit of play in places. I'd rather have it snug in there just to make sure that there's no movement. So I'm not going to do anything. If I have to get it back in with the hammer, that's what I'll do, but I'm just going to finish off doing the welding and chuck it back in. Right, it's time to put this motor mount back in, hopefully for the last time. That's it! Right, it's in. Nice and rough looking there. Awesome. Now, I was going to spin up the motor, but a while ago I made myself a note that I need to put transmission oil back in this. And so I've been down to the shop and got some, 85 by, 85 weight 140, which is really thick stuff. But because this has got a lot of torque, it's going to be torquey and it's going to be low RPM, and I'm not going to need to shift gears while I'm driving along, then this stuff is going to make my transmission last longer than standard transmission oil would. One other thing I've noticed that, well, it's under there, is that when the original motor was mounted, it was mounted in the middle of the motor, so it was kind of well balanced, and the rear was just sort of held up with the transmission mount. Because I've got this mount on the front of the motor, there's a lot more weight going back, and the rear of the transmission is actually sitting on the cross member. It's bending down a bit too far. It's just because of the rubber mount that's in there. So I'm just going to jack it up a little bit, shove a piece of wood in there for now. I've got it written up on the windscreen so I can deal with it later, but a piece of wood in there will hold it up for now and make sure nothing gets damaged.